got some tahini, Lebanese tahini, and I got some garlic spread. And I got some harissa, and I got some lavash bread.
They sell edible underwear there, Mark?
No, that not unless it's a separate section. I didn't see it in the general supermarket.
They haven't. I've never seen edible underwear for sale.
I don't think they make them anymore. I think it was like, I don't know if it really took off. It was something you used to see in the back of magazines.
Yeah. Sean, did you ever do that with your wife?
No, but I have bought it and eaten it before.
You just ate it on the subway.
Yeah,
it's just like fruit leather, right?
Yeah, it's fruit leather. Yeah, it's just really overpriced fruit leather.
So we picked out, I gave Mark a selection of records.
Pat Cooper, I don't know this Pat Cooper record. I know the other one, the spaghetti cover.
This is our hero, Pat Cooper, featuring an Italian wedding. It's him.
Featuring his famous bit, I guess, Italian wedding.
I'm very excited about this.
He's good, man.
He is great. Like, I mean, like all those Cliff Nesterhoff books are always talking about Pat Cooper.
I used to love him, man. And he, I met him once on Danny LaBelle's old radio show in New York. I used to love him on Letterman because, like, he'd always David would go, "How you doing, Pat?" And Pat would go, "David, it's over. It's over." But he said something to me. I think I was sitting there, or else I'm putting myself into the situation. Maybe I just listened to it. But I'm pretty sure I met him over there. But he was talking to LaBelle about, LaBelle was like, "You're a big star. You're a big star. You're like, a big comedy star." And Pat says, "I'm not a star. I'm a name. There's a difference. Frank Sinatra is a star. I'm a name." It's very smart.
Yeah. That's great.
Knew who he was.
Yeah.
And as a name, he frequently would say, "It's over."
That's I
can relate to that.
But, we haven't talked. You're ending your podcast?
Yeah. I'm ending my podcast, but I mean, there were times in my career, many, where I just thought it was over.
Yeah.
The podcast is over, but that's not in the same tone as Pat used to say it. Yeah, I mean, we did our bit,
What'd you do, like 1,000, 1,300?
1,600 plus, and, we do it a certain way, and, we were there at the beginning, and I think we sort of helped build the medium and give people a template, and I just feel like, it doesn't have to go on forever. You don't have to chase it if you don't have to chase it, and, it's a legacy thing, You don't want to just keep going, and people are like, "What, is he still doing it?" Yeah. So, our deal with this platform ran out, and we were just like, all right, we did it.
Yeah.
We won, and now we can walk away from the field.
And your heart's not in it anymore.
No, it's totally in it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I'm just, we're tired. We do a new show every Monday and Thursday, and it's pretty labor intensive, and, I got to put a lot of myself into it in the way I do it. And I'm tired, but I mean, I like talking to people, but it's just, why not just finish it on a high note with the integrity in place? It's always been just me and my producer, and it's okay.
Yeah,
band can't play forever.
Yeah,
because then you start hacking yourself.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, man. Open up some time to see what happens.
Yeah. Well, let's open up some time to listen to Pat Cooper. You know anything about this album, Sean?
Well, yeah. So this is his very first album. It was the first one, Our Hero. The second one, Spaghetti Sauce and Other Delights.
Yeah.
And then the third one was You Don't Have to Be Italian to Like Pat Cooper.
So this one should be on fire.
On
the
fire.
First one.
I mean, honestly, he's credited as being, the Italian Jackie Mason.
I called him the Italian Alan King. Whatever. It was. I think the framework is that, that second generation of Jews and Italians who were the first to sort of make it in America, they kind of created a zone of kind of middle class, Jewish and Italian comedy.
Yeah.
Like these are, it's not Yiddish. This is not, off the boat, but these are people that have found their American dream and are speaking from the point of view of, what was then, I think, suburban ethnicity.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, you even see it that he had to change his name to perform. His real name is Pasquale Vito Caputo. Like,
No shit.
yeah.
That's like cartoonishly Italian.
It is. It does sound like something I would be saying when I go home to New Jersey.
Yeah. There's a million there's at least 1,000 or 10,000 Pat Coopers in New Jersey.
I started with so many Pat Coopers, so I've been very aware of him because of like people like Joe Conti and like Teddy Daniels, who would always mention Pat Cooper.
Yeah.
When they were stealing his jokes.
Well, let's get it started. We'll just start at the beginning.
That's very obvious. Why people murmur when I walk out on the floor, because people say that guy looks familiar. Clark Kent?
Oh, classic. I know what you're thinking. This guy.
Original Superman is right. Let me tell you something. It's very difficult looking like Superman. I got a 7-year-old boy. I take him for a walk. I pass a phone booth. I got to get undressed. Now, that's not so bad. My wife tells my kid, tell Superman take out the garbage. So the kid opens the window, and I got to jump right out. Thank God I live in the basement.
That's a good whistle. I can't do that. All grandfathers
Let me tell you
can do
another
that
thing.
whistle.
I got a 7-year-old kid, an Einstein,
A lot of comics
genius.
used
You know,
to
my
do
kid
it.
asked me last week, he says, Papa, what is the NAACP? That's the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. He says, Papa, we're Italian. Who we got?
You didn't know where that was going.
Yeah,
I told him the
I was worried.
MAFIA.
You missed the tag of that
The Mothers and Fathers Italian Association. That's who we got. And remember, mafia spelled backwards is Afam. And donuts spelled backwards is Stunad, and that's what they are. But let's be honest, let's tell the truth now. The colored people are mad because they gotta sit in the back of the bus. I say come in the front and stand with us.
one. That a boy.
Now, Joe Louis beat up our people for 12 years. We didn't say nothing. Aunt Jemima's been in that box for 30 years. We didn't say nothing. And think for 1 minute, every prison picture that you've never seen a colored man go to the chair. He's the guy with the harmonica.
There you go. We got there.
We get the juice. And Jackie Robinson, if he wasn't a Negro, could never be the first colored ball player. At least they had an Uncle Tom, me and Uncle Viduch. Now the Jewish people, big hearts. Because anyone today who wants to become Jewish, the Jewish people say, come on, baby, come on, come on, come on. Elizabeth Taylor, she went. Sammy Davis Jr., he followed. Now, this is not fair. This is prejudice. Because if I want to become a Negro, where I gotta go?
Sicily.
The True Romance speech from Dennis Hopper.
Hey, and the big thing today, you can't live in the name of your nationality. All my life, I live in an Italian neighbor. You can't do it no more. My kid says you gotta mingle with other people. I moved out of my mother's house rent-free. I moved to a Jewish neighborhood. My son plays with a 7-year-old Jewish boy. This is good. This is healthy. One problem. 2 weeks ago, the kid said to me, Papa, I want to be bar mitzvahed. I says, Gavon, you got to be confined.
I love it.
He established a rhythm right away that I'm like, I fell in with. Like, I kind of love what Pat Cooper's doing. Outside of, there's some squirrely territories.
Well, I mean, yeah, nobody talks about ethnicities or anything anymore. really.
Well, I mean, that was all that was going on. And also it's like it's actually fairly positive on some level. It's about integration and about reaching out and about the sort of reality of growing up in a city that's multi-ethnic. Yeah, I don't think that it's not vicious racism.
No, there's no hate in his heart, like, which I like.
That whistle thing, like Lenny Bruce used to do that too. It's a thing.
Yeah, but isn't he using it to kind of be like, the joke's over here?
No, in the door, out the door.
Oh, okay.
It's like cartoon sound effects.
Yeah, this is the problem. I can't whistle at all, so I'm like...
Yeah, upstairs we go.
Where was this recorded? This sounds
in
like
an Italian church.
I mean, it sounds like a perfect venue. Like, it's just everybody sounds like
they're all
having a really
Italian,
good
that's
time.
for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just an Italian crowd. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it doesn't say on here where it was recorded.
Maybe Vegas.
She has a bun over here, knitting needle over here, gold tooth over here, beauty mark over here. That's my mom. I says, Mom, I got a problem. She's buddies.
I mean, it really is.
I says, Mom, I got
He
Jewish
knows
and
his
Italian
audience.
friends coming for dinner. What am I going to cook? She says, lox, Parmesan.
Integration.
Now, these are the things that we got to do for the kids today. But I remember when I was a kid, if I didn't listen to my parents, my father, under the heart,
There's another one.
I'd lose my breath, fall on the floor, my mother do the darandel on top of my head.
I mean, this is like a speech at a wedding or something. Like, it's like he's just doing this for his like he's doing jokes about his aunt Teresa or whatever.
For his, the community.
Yeah.
It's for the community, but I also feel like you can see kind of this is what Sebastian kind of does. Like he has like his own rhythm, talking about the old neighborhood and how it's like
Very Italian.
Yeah, it's very Italian, and like I think there's like it's an easy parallel to draw.
Well, that's funny because that all comes from the modern version from Dice, who was Jewish pretending to be Italian.
Yeah, it is all just kind of rhythmic, even though like Dice had those jokes.
Dice is despite how he got famous and the simplicity of it, though. He used to come to the Comedy Store years ago, and he was just kind of dicking around, and he would do long form stuff where I remember I watched him for like a half hour just tell a story about going to Staples. And it was so funny because he definitely has his own way of looking at things when, he lets himself do it. But he does a lot of dumb jokes, but like when he does long form and he's just talking, it's hilarious. I had a great moment with him at the Comedy Store. It was so funny. I was talking to him in the back hall, and he was going on. I was like, yeah, we're going to go back to the garden, whatever. And some kid walks up to us, and he says, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. And he talks to me. He goes, Mark, I was going to email you, and I just wanted to say, I've been listening to you for a long time, and you really helped me through a dark period, and I'm real grateful for it. You really changed my life, and it was, it was a bad time for me, and I just wanted to thank you for that. And I said, you're welcome. And that guy walks away, and Dice says, I never get that. I get you're the reason. Says, I get you're the reason I lost my job. You're the reason I got kicked out of school. You're the reason why my wife left me.
Do you ever pal around with him at all?
No, not really.
I mean, his Instagram of him do you follow him on Instagram
yeah.
where he stops people in the street?
So weird and funny.
He's like the funniest guy on the planet. Like he's just like nonstop
it's like
amusing
performance
himself.
art. Now he's got what's his name? Lovitz wandering around.
Oh
with him.
yeah.
It's pretty funny.
That's too much, man. But so you just know him from the store. You've never been over to his place or anything?
No, I interviewed him years ago, but when I was a doorman at the store in the 80s, he was around. I was there both when Kennison and when Dice broke big. So they were around a lot at the, kind of peak of their powers. And they didn't like each other that much. But Dice was in the system. So was Kennison. Like I lived in Crest Hill, and I apparently lived in Dice's old room. Because he came up to the house one night, and it was a separate room off the kitchen. It had its own bathroom. And he goes, I used to live in this room, you know. He's like, you ever get a blowjob in the tub? And I'm like, I haven't. He goes, you gotta get a blowjob in the tub. I'm like, okay.
And then he blew you.
Yeah. I think he's funnier now, really. No, I don't know. I haven't seen him on stage in a long time, but he seems to get a bit of a resurgence from all the comedians he created. And he invented something, you know. It's a whole generation of little dices.
He did. I find those people don't 100% understand the joke a lot of the time. Like, especially maybe I'm giving Dice too much credit, but like listening to those albums, it really, he is doing like this aggro version of like Buddy Love, and like it is like he's kind of part of the joke. Like
it's a character
in the character.
It's like a next level Andy Kaufman.
Yes, and in the character, like
is there another level after Andy Kaufman?
The character's pathetic.
I mean, he's selling out Madison Square Garden as a character that.
No, but that's different. I mean, I think that, you know, Dice likes to do dirty, dumb jokes.
Yeah,
he's a very sweet guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good dad. Saved his money. There's another great Dice story. We were up in, but like, you know, look, he did push the envelope, you know, in terms of filth. And I think that, you know, he intended to do that and he liked doing it. You know, how his fans interpreted that or what he reaped from that. But he started, you know, like Florentine, Voss, Norton, they're all, you know, Sebastian now, they're all direct descendants of that.
Absolutely. I mean, like that was because I didn't grow up with him, so then like when we listened to Dice, I was like I was shocked at like how much the audience is reacting like this is a hate rally. They're all more cheering than laughing, and like
they like the dumb little jokes.
Yeah, but then
and they like to sing along.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, he one night when I was living in Crest Hill and I was a doorman at the store, Jimmy Schubert got busted down in the parking lot. He's getting in some kind of fracas. It was like late. It was like 2:33 in the morning, and he got arrested and taken down to the precinct in Beverly Hills. And he needed to be bailed out, but me and Todd, the guy I live with, Todd Lemish, we didn't have any money. And, you know, it's the middle of the night, and Todd's like, well, let's call Andrew Dice. And I'm like, all right, you call him. So we called Dice up, and we were like, Jimmy's in jail, and we need to bail him out. And Dice says, all right, well, I was just up counting quarters. So we'll meet you there. I'll meet you at the precinct. And we go down to the precinct, and we're in the front area. And fucking Dice walks in with his, like, you know, his muscle tee and his sweatpants. He's got a bag of fucking quarters. And he just starts stacking them up $1 at a time on the counter at the police station.
He's
the best.
He is just comedy.
Yeah,
that's all he is, all the time. Let's get back into Pat.
Now let me explain this thing for those who don't know what it is. Two Italians get together to get married. They rent out the hall and then they rent out the sandwiches. And everybody jams in the hall, hear a guy yell out, Nunzio, try the provolone sandwich. Across the room, the thing.
Like, I know what sandwiches are.
Yeah.
But the way I'm not
Two
really,
mandolins and one
I'm
guitar.
not piecing together the references he's making.
It's kind of like a culture. It's not for us. You know, it's like
but it
this
kind
is
of
direct.
is.
I mean, it
because
is.
You know what's interesting about it is that it was really about, you know, all these guys, you know, post Lenny Bruce, you know, Rickles, and all these guys who were in New York were telling jokes about other ethnicities that those ethnicities would agree with and laugh at.
Yeah.
It was really about integration and about, you know, America. It's kind of amazing.
I mean, honestly, the thing that I did wanted to point out is, which I've just never heard before, especially growing up in New Jersey, is he was saying he was Italian American rather than, he's like, you're Italian, I'm Italian American, as if there was a difference, where that is just non-existent now. Like, if you are Italian, you're Italian.
I guess, but that's true. Yeah, you know, the generational difference is that's what he was really writing, right? You know, but it's like it's the same thing, just a different lexicon of references as the Jews. Yeah. And as I think as black people too, that there was like at this time in comedy, there were people identifying with their cultures within the American framework, and that was the whole act.
Yeah, no, and I really like his rhythm, and I also like his jokes. He's really has a ton of jokes per minute. Yeah. And I was just completely lost on the purple feet, and I really want to understand that joke.
He's stepping on grapes.
Pop, I've only married a couple of days.
Yeah, over my head.
Jesus Christ, I had no. That's incredible.
I says, Papa, how can I guarantee you a boy? He says, eat broccoli. I ate broccoli for 5 years. We had a boy, the kid was born green.
There you go. Must be.
You know, we named him Andy Boy.
Andy Boy.
And when he's 17 years old, he'll be known as the Jolly Green Giant.
Andy Boy was a brand back then.
But do you realize what it means to me?
I never heard of Andy Boy.
I have to assume, yeah.
No, it's still around.
All right. This episode is brought to you by Andy Boy Vegetables.
I remember, because I buy Rob at Whole Foods, and it's Andy Boy.
No shit.
Yeah, so this must have been recorded in California.
I think Pat Cooper has a lot of comedy tools, like where he could do voices, he could do noises, like, and like he could write jokes. Like he's really a full act. Like
it's full storytelling too, you know. Yeah. And it's so specifically meant for Italians.
Yeah,
and it's so, but like it's not that cryptic. I mean, we get it.
Yeah, no,
we can learn something.
I get it. It's funny. It's almost just like watching somebody do only local references, though. You know,
I don't know. Like, he's a lot like Sebastian, dude.
It really is. Like if you watch Sebastian, it is all about his just neighborhood slower, and like he's just slower because Sebastian's like kind of a.
But he punches the same way.
Exactly. Like, and it's mostly like just establishing rhythm and like knowing exactly. Like all of these like cultural references,
but it's interesting because he's like 3 generations removed from this guy, but the familial sort of references and methods are the same.
I mean,
but he's like completely like your age.
I mean, like truly, like 50 years later, their dads are the same exact character.
Totally.
Like, yeah,
it's like the what's the from Dazed and Confused, like. They stay the same age. Like the
Italian dads. Yeah. I get older, they stay the same age.
7 years ago, I went to Hollywood to try to get into motion pictures. They told me I needed a nose job. I says, how much? He said, $1,000. I ran to my father's. Papa needed $1,000 for a nose job. He says, I'm going to save you the money. Ping you the...
No.
We cleared up the whole sinuses right there, no problem.
Punch them in the nose.
Yeah. And I'll make a wager 90% of the gentlemen in this audience have asked their father to buy them a car. I did the same thing, but my father refused me with class. He says that today a car costs $3,000. Why are you going to spend that money when you got a nice Subway? 15 cents, they open the door for you. You'll sit down, you'll get up, they open the door for you again. For $3,000, who's gonna open the door for you? And you mothers in this audience, you spend $15 a month extra on a phone bill just to call your kids to come home to eat. My mother and father never needed a phone. They raised the window and went...
There it is again.
God forbid if the dog got home before we did.
This side's a lot more joke heavy.
What was your first car?
Datsun B210. That was when Datsun was still a brand.
Toyota Paseo.
Do they not make them anymore?
No, it's Nissan.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, no. Andy Boys far outlived them.
Yeah. You had a Datsun, kind of a ship brown B210. I drove the fuck out of that thing. Wrecked it right away.
Yeah.
I wrecked mine right away, too.
And then I just got my dad's hand-me-downs for years. Tell made a joke about my dad's Honda Accord in New York. I was parked out in front of a stand-up New York. And I was getting out of my car. He's like, what's that car? And I'm like, it was my dad's car. It's only like, I said, there's only like 100 and some odd thousand miles on it. I mean, Tell goes, that's a lot of running away. And then I had the Accords. Then my brother had this Camaro that was my younger brother, but it was a shitty year. It was like a real plastic one. It was in the 80s.
T-tops?
No. It was it was crappy. I feel like it was probably like an 87 Camaro.
Okay.
just not a good year for it.
Okay.
And my brother had some shitty Oldsmobile too, but I got into a bad wreck with that Camaro when I went home from college one time. I got T-boned, but they hit the front end.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky.
Yeah.
They didn't hit the door. It could have been bad. They were shit-faced, and that one got totaled. But the Datsun, I just wrecked it a couple of little times. I had one of the first cars I bought with my own bread was a VW Golf.
Oh, yeah.
And I fucking wrecked the shit out of it. Totally drunk.
Okay.
It was a fucking disaster.
A one-man show?
No,
just
I was
into a pole?
my girlfriend was in the car with me. I was in Boston. I was driving back from a gig, stopped to catch a Rising Star in Cambridge because they let us drink for free. I was shit-faced. And I go pick her up, and we're driving over the bridge. I lived in Somerville, and we're arguing about something. And we literally got pulled over by a cop coming over that bridge. He goes, "You're going a little fast." I'm like, "Sorry, we're in an argument." And he just was like, and I was drunk too. And he goes, "Well, just slow down." And I'm like, "Okay." So then we get to, we're 2 blocks from my house, and we're still yelling at each other. And I just said, "Fuck it, I'm taking you home." And I just screw this Yui. But it was 2 lanes, one going each way, and there were cars parked on both sides. I didn't have the room to navigate it. So I just plowed into a car on the U.
Yeah.
I just was shit-faced, and I slammed the U-turn. I just knocked a fucking car onto the curb, and I back out. It's smoking, and it's all fucked up. And I'm all I'm thinking is I got to get home because I'm close to the house, but it's just not. It's just not doing it. And I cut this corner, and I'm just trying to get home. And we're okay, thank God. But I noticed everyone is coming out of their houses in bathrobes.
Yeah, right.
It looked like the end of a musical. and I'm just on the fucking. It's just the car stopped, then the cops come, 3 or 4 or 5 cops just converge. And I get out, and I'm drunk, and my she became my wife, so that worked out.
Yeah,
But ultimately it didn't. But she's sitting on the curb, and cops where are you going? And I'm like, I just live over there. I was going to call you guys when I got there. He goes, but the accident happened over there. And I'm like, I know, I just thought I should get the car home. It's fucked. And then they're giving me the tests, I'm touching my nose, walking a straight line. Then a fucking miracle happens. Some cop comes roaring up to all these cops that are around us, and he goes, "You just got a call. Someone's robbing the bakery." And all these cops are like, "Ooh, you okay to drive it home?" I'm like, "Yeah, man."
So nothing, no ticket, no nothing.
No, they gave me a ticket for leaving.
That's it.
For
No
leaving
jail.
the property for leaving the scene of property damage, which is not like a ticket you can just pay, which I didn't realize.
Oh.
You have to be arraigned for that one.
Right.
But my buddy had his wife. I think it was his wife's. His girlfriend's brother was a lawyer, and he lawyered me up, and and it got me off on that.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to pay something.
Yeah, the guy whose car you hit? Yeah,
Probably. I don't remember the details. I was so mad because that VW Golf, it was a 90. It was at a time where they were still made at the Porsche factory, and that thing was a great car. I mean, that engine was just the best, and the guy who had it before me just loved it. I got it fixed, and it worked out all right, but it was such a fast, sturdy car. And I fucked it.
That's what we do, man. Well, let's see how Pat wraps this up. We're almost to the end of the record.
Yeah, he's wrapping it up with a song, so I think we can end with the song. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mama's Mulenyana.
Ooh, that's not good, right?
Yeah. As I was reading it,
No,
no, but it's the eggplant
eggplant.
song. Yeah, this is. I do think we're gonna be
It's not
okay.
going to be some sort of Italian.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
A genuine Italian mother, and I'm sure it will tug away at your heartstrings. Mama got a letter from my brother Anthony. Seems he took an ocean trip to sunny Italy. He tells her that he misses her in such an offhand way. Listen while I read to you just what he has to say. Hey, Mama, how I miss your Mulenyana. Oh, Mama, I miss your eggs and peas. Mama, how I miss your Parmesan, smothered in tomato sauce and cheese. I miss your minestrone, your tasty cabadon, your bacala, così and her made macaron. Hey, mama, when I'm back from La Gumbanya, I won't be so very hard to please. Long as I can have your mouliana smothered in tomato sauce and cheese. Mouliana, that's a good dish. Eggplant, that's what I wish. Mama, how I miss your mouliana. Oh, mama, I miss your chibouline. Mama, how I miss your boiled castagna. Every dish you make is mighty keen. I miss your mozzarella, your tasty cabochella, your pizza fleet goes oh so sweet with Papa's muscatel. Hey, all you G.I. Joes in Yokohama, please don't think I'm speaking Japanese when I ask for Mom's mouliana smothered in tomato sauce and cheese. Way Marie, way Marie, way Marie, smothered in tomato sauce and cheese. Mama, how I miss your mouliana. Oh, Mama, I miss your fazoline. Mama, how I miss your hot lasagna, sprinkled with a dash of petrosin. I miss your pizzaiolo, your pepper and a braccio, your pepperoni, pasta basil, and homemade ravioli. Hey, Mama, I still miss your mouliana.
I wonder if everybody's like dancing in the audience.
They're dancing and kissing right now.
No. This was, I think, at the time, I think it was a real racket. It was like, I think these kind of songs after Alan Sherman, and I don't know what the date this is, it was a real disposable way to get a hit record. You know, to sell a bunch of records. If you get a little airtime, you make a comedy single. It had a short life, but you can move some, some merch.
Yeah, get it on the radio or whatever.
Yeah, no, I think we've kind of discovered that through a lot of albums. Like even like Bruce Baby Bam Bam has like 3 or 4 like novelty songs.
Yeah, you
like,
just got to get that airplay. I mean, it's a lounge show, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys did songs, but I think it was a racket too. If you could write a funny song. You know, because how many plays you can get out of this thing? So many comedy records are disposable because they know they're not going to, stand the test of time.
Yeah,
you just need to get people to buy them for those 2 or 3 listens. I think the Red Fox albums were a little different. He literally made records to play at parties, and then maybe they were all kind of like that. I don't know. I used to listen to them. You can't listen to comedy records alone. I mean, it was like totally formative when I was a kid. Listening to when you got a comedy record, you kind of were like, you wanted to bring your friends over and like, you got to listen to this. And then you just sit there, you knew the bits and you're just looking at them, waiting for them to laugh so you can laugh again.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, that is the best. Like,
you're just like, oh, you got to hear this. And then you're like, you're watching them and then they get it. And then you get another laugh out of it. Me and my brother used to do that.
Vet your friends. If they're not laughing at the right stuff, you're like, I don't know about our friendship.
I mean, me and my brother, when we were really young, we had those Cheech and Chong.
Have you seen the documentary, the new Cheech and Chong movie?
No.
It's great. It's really great.
All I know is that I somehow got the opportunity for some reason to interview them both. It was before they really kind of, they were
back,
they weren't back, but they were there, and it was so funny to me. Because they sound like Cheech and Chong. And I got both of them on mics. And I'm just listening to them. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
That's wild.
It was the best.
Yeah.
Hey, man. What's up, dude? It's just,
you should watch the new doc. It's really great.
I'll definitely watch it. I mean, I had a pretty big conversation with them, about, how, Cheech was a potter. Mm-hmm. And, and he was trying to dodge the draft, and he ended up in Canada.
Yeah.
And, that's where Tommy Chong's family's from. They owned a burlesque house, I think, nightclub. It's an interesting story, dude.
Yeah,
it was all real '60s shit.
Yeah, they cover a lot of. I mean, the doc is pretty comprehensive. It's really cool the way they do it too.
Awesome.
it's incredible. Like,
Did you watch it?
no,
Oh.
but I love all comedy docs. As,
Yeah.
as we've talked about with Gary Mule Deer, I was like, so I'm gonna watch this one next.
See, I already have the docs in my head.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you got the whole story.
yeah. You did it old school.
I just thought it was.
I watched the Mule Deer one. I think that's why he was on my show.
All I know is I was the
Phony.
only person to review it on Letterboxd, so I was like, "Am I the only person who's watched this?" But I think
Mule Deer?
yeah. But it was amazing. Steve Martin's in it. It's incredible.
Oh wow.
Well, they
I'll
were
have to check
roommates.
that
Yeah, they're
out, too.
roommates, and Steve Martin's first joke he ever got on TV was stolen from Gary Mule Deer.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
I think he actually. I owe Gary a text. Oh, congrats on the golf movie. It's a TV show, old man.
Well, we'll let you do all your texting off the air, Mark. I'm very grateful for you doing this, man. It means a lot.
It was fun, man.
Is there anything you want to?
Well, I'm on Stick on Apple TV with Owen Wilson. I've got a HBO special premiering August 1st. I'm in the new Bad Guys movie for your kids.
Yeah, they love it.
I'm the snake. And this Bruce Springsteen movie, I'm a presence in it. Not a huge one, but
Yeah.
I am in it.
And are you on the road?
No, I'm off the road. I shot the special.
Oh, okay.
So I dumped
Taking a
it.
break?
I dumped it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pumping
Been
and dumping.
on the road for a year and a half with that shit.
Yeah. Sean,
nothing.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal. I wrote for him in 2011
Yeah.
on a show called Upload with Shaquille O'Neal. It's Tosh.0 with Shaq.
All right.
It's not. You can't even find it on YouTube.
Well, we'll see. I'll try to find some clips and I'll put them here at the
You got
end.
anything going on there, Brendan?
I got this going on. That's about it. I'm raising a family.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks.
That's another off the record.
Awoo.
Yeah, this is the OConnman signing off. Awoo.
All right. We love you guys. Tune in next time.